welcome to another episode of Real Estate Number Go to Real Estate channel. Today, do we still introduce our names or should we just flash it?
Hi, I'm Charlene.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Jason, and today we are here to bring you the review of the analysis of Lentor Central. Okay, so prior to that, we just did a Lentor episode where we analyzed the 5 projects prior to Lentor Central. So please have a look here and then come back to this video once you're ready. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll hit straight to Lentor Central Residences. Of course, this time Lentor Central Residences, it's developed by Guaco, CSC Land, as well as Hong Leong. But we all know the big brother here is, of course, Guaco Land lah. Alright, as of right now, out of the 6 projects launched in Lentor, the only project that's not launched by Guaco, it's actually Enbloc Green. Okay, now other than that, along this, I have 477 units, 1 bedroom, plus study all the way to 4 bedrooms. So still no 5 bedrooms like Lentor Mansion. The only 5 bedrooms as of right now is still Lentor Mansion. Okay, other than that, it is the second post-harmonized project in Lentor area. First one being Lentor Mansion, and as we all know, Lentor Mansion sold 75% or I did 80%. They did very well. And then more importantly, if I were to go through some details, I think it's actually 477 units, 2 main blocks all the way to level 27/28. I've seen the model. I thought that it was actually landscaping wise probably the best in Lentor. Would you all agree so?
Wow.
Probably.
Did you see?
No, I didn't.
Okay, honestly, it's quite nice.
Yes.
It's very different from the concept. It's very refreshing, but not in the sense that it's like they are overdoing it. I felt it was very nice, but at the same time, it looks like something that I'll get lost in very easily. Because it is on I think it's on a higher hill. Like the land is not flat, so there are different levels to the facilities also. Yeah, so like level 1 is not really level 1. Sometimes it's B1, then what B1M.
Correct.
So I think it's very nice, but I think you'll get lost in it very easily.
Yeah, so this unit, other than that, some characteristics about the project, it's 2 main blocks as mentioned. We have altogether 6 swimming pool features. 75% of them faces, 75% of the unit will be facing a swimming pool. Then whereas we have 50% of them facing, of course, the Enbloc Park. And then it's on elevated land. And then of course, same as Lentor Hill, same as Lentor Mansion, it has a childcare center. Right, so ladies, what do you think? Another Lentor project, the 6th project, altogether I have 3,500 units in Lentor. Is it oversupply? Is it still undersupply? What do you think of this Lentor, the 6th project? Maybe start with Charlene first.
Okay, wait, I think one of the things I just want to correct is there are 6 water features.
Oh, 6 water features, correct.
3 of them are swimming pool.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have 6 swimming pools. This gonna be crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But I think, honestly, this is one of the nicer projects that I've seen actually. And because it's post-harmonized, wow, it feels very cozy like when I went into any of the show units. Yeah, the color schemes, everything was very nice. Very family oriented actually. In terms of the number of units that's in Lentor, 3,500. Do I think that's a lot? I honestly don't feel that it is an oversupply at the moment, considering that slightly right above my Lentor land, I have a lot more that's going to happen, a lot of transformation that's going to happen. There's still a very big plot of empty land right above the Lentor plots. Yeah, so that one will bring about more employment, more public housing, shopping malls, all that. So I think that in time to come, there will still be a very, very strong demand for Lentor itself. And if we just look at the population as a whole, as of 2024, actually, Singapore, we are currently at 6.04 million in population. Yeah, then some people argue, a lot of them are foreigners and all that. But if we look at the statistics, right, actually, the foreigners only take up about 1.8 million. There's only 1.8 million of them. Yeah. Then if you look at how many housing estates there are in Singapore, currently we're at 1.4. I think it's 1.6 million. 1.6 million housing estates. So actually, if you do the numbers, actually we have I think for Singapore, there's a lot more room to grow in terms of the housing needs of Singaporeans. It's just whether we can afford or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Amanda?
When I heard about Lentor Central Residences, I am personally quite excited because this development will be the last two development that will be facing the Hillock Park. So I know that anything that is beyond will be further away from the park, further away from where the MRT is, which is the key cell of the area. More than that, I am excited because the expected price is likely to be quite similar or rather quite competitive as compared to the rest of the project that has already launched before. Yeah.
Actually, as of right now, the estimated PSF is about 2.3. 2.3. Okay, in Singapore, the best entry right now is either all the way to Jurong or Kasia. Then we are also looking at 2.1, 2.2 onwards. So 2.3 is for Lentor, but it's post-harmonized. Post-harmonized, we do a bit of calculation. It's about 2.1x PSF. So I would say you're still entering the benchmark of new launch market lah. Right, then for me, Lentor, I do know that the market will feel, another Lentor project. Right, but I also do feel that Lentor is still an area where it's a very good stepping stone because of close proximity. I have all my $1 million HDBs from Ang Mo Kio, Bishan, and I got Punggol. So honestly, if I stay at Punggol, if I stay at Woodlands, I stay at Yishun, I don't mind moving central to Lentor. And also, they also saw the news about the Jitscape, about the $10 million penthouse. I thought that was...
Which is not too far away.
Yeah, that was quite crazy. I always thought the moment you cross 5 million, you buy a condo, then you know the market is a lot more niche. But this owner earned 4 million in X amount of years. I think it's crazy. $10 million purchase. Yeah. But of course, it's within close proximity lah. Jitscape has always been a project that people compare to Lentor ma, right? So I feel, of course, in the grand scheme of things, it does help with Lentor a bit. Okay. Next up, this Lentor Central, the next land that's coming up is plot number 7. It hasn't have much. It's under tenor, so it's beside Lentor Mansion, right? So very likely, Lentor Central will be the only launch in 2025. All right. What do you think? How does it affect buyers, or do you think it's going to be a last opportunity for you to enter, given that your next purchase is maybe at least 1 year later into the Lentor area?
I think I wouldn't say that it is something that you have to rush to simply because there is like no more availability.
Okay.
But it's just that as we all know by now, is that no matter how cheap the developer buys the land for, it will never be cheaper than a market rate. So it doesn't matter what the difference is between how much they bought then and now, they will just follow the market rate. So if this is a project that, this is a location that you are familiar with, your family is here and something that you are open to, just go down and take a look, as long as it feels right to you. Because this one, most of it is actually a lot of young families that's entering. That's why they even provide childcare centers there. So having the right vibe with the house also very important for this kind of people. Yeah, so as long as it feels right to you, it feels homely to you, and then you are financially ready. Don't just wait for the next one, because it will never be cheaper, even if they do purchase it at a cheaper price at the end of the day. And another thing that I want to point out that I thought was quite interesting is that even though it's so near the MRT, this project actually gives you 1-to-1 car park lot.
Something very seldom nowadays.
Yeah.
Which is not present in other development
Like which one?
nearby.
Nearby. Yeah.
Yeah, as in usually nowadays, as long as you are within a certain walking distance to MRT, usually the developers, they don't provide you with a 1-to-1 anymore. But this one is like you have a fully sheltered walkway to MRT, and yet they still give you that 1-to-1 car park lot. So I think that's quite a big like a perk. Yeah, it's not like a deal breaker if it doesn't have, but it's just a very nice perk to have.
And especially because for Lentor Central, it's near where the landed is. So we also see that there is quite a large, maybe a big part of them looking into this area to right size into as well, or even the second generation looking into Lentor area to stay near their parents. So in such a case of such a profile coming in, I realized that one-to-one car park is something very important. I think it's beyond just being able to ensure that I have my own car park lot when I reach home. That's one. Another thing that I realized this group of clients' concern is that will my guests have car park lot when they come?
Oh yeah.
Will they need to go to Lentor Modern Mall to park and then walk over to Lentor Central? So I think like what Charlene mentioned, it's a very good to have.
Okay, so Lentor, the recent buzz a few months ago was there is a Enbloc Thomson view that's just Enbloc. So as of right now, we don't have much news. We don't see it launching this year, 2025. Okay. Then there is also one more GLS. It's at Upper Thomson near Springleaf MRT station. All right. So of course, when these two, okay, to me these two land right, positioning wise, maybe I would put it higher than Lentor. All right. But for you guys, do you think that these two projects will cause
Why
bias?
higher though? I'm curious to know.
Okay, for me, okay, let's start with Thomson View first. Thomson View, I think that Thomson area itself is a bit more prestige, also because of the Lander Enclave. Lentor also have Teachers Estate, Sunrise there. But I do feel that area, Upper Thomson, it's a bit more nearer towards the central. So location-wise, it's a bit more prominent. Then other than that, Springleaf also same thing. It's the landed estate around the area. I think we had this discussion that Charlene was saying that Springleaf landed areas typically do quite well or even better. Okay, that's why I would think. What about you two? How would you position Springleaf, Upper Thomson, the GLS as well as the Thomson View compared to Lentor?
Personally, if I have to choose, I mean, if I were to ask myself this question on whether to choose Lentor for my own stay or to choose Springleaf / Upper Thomson View, right? I would choose Lentor. Yeah. Because if we look at Springleaf, that's why I was very curious to ask you the question, why you prioritize these two over Lentor. So in my perspective, I feel that for Springleaf, I'm looking at the master plan. There's basically nothing much over there. Yeah. There will be quite a few development that will be coming up with residential with commercial component at first story, but we are definitely not looking, at least in the near future, an upcoming mall that is in that area. So in terms of own stay, I would see that I will still need to drive over to Lentor Modern Mall to get my grocery fix. So in terms of accessibility, it's quite an issue unless I'm looking at a place where I just wanted to be surrounded by the greens. Yeah.
Okay.
And while I agree that for the Thomson View, the Enbloc of Thomson View condo has a better location. Yeah. But in terms of price-wise, they also didn't buy cheap. They bought in at 1,100, nearly to 1,200 per square feet. So then if I'm buying for own stay with consideration on future returns, it will be a question mark.
Okay.
Yeah, I
No
do like,
humans.
That quiet area.
yeah, I do like quiet area, but at the same time, I do feel that the Springleaf side, right, it looks a bit run down at the moment. I feel.
And it's also closer to Mandai.
Yeah, as in,
Does that make them animals or what?
like, it's nice, but it's just if I want to get like grocery.
Bubble tea.
Okay, wait, okay, because the MRT is there, but honestly, I don't know what the MRT. You know, sometimes MRT stations, then you also have like groceries and stuff. I've never went to explore there lah. But it's just from if you were to just now tell me like that, without me really researching on what that area has to provide, I would feel like it's a little bit run down. Compared to my Lentor, because my Lentor, I know that the government is putting in a lot of money to change that area. So generally, of course, if let's say I put aside me wanting to have tranquility and greenery, then I think usually I would want to put my money in where the government is putting their money first. Right, that's the safest bet. But of course, for the if let's say we're talking about the which one? What was that? Thomson View. Yes, sorry, Thomson View. Then actually that one I think it's not too bad. Because I think there'll be great demand for the school, the Ai Tong school, Ai Tong Primary. Walking distance to MRT, that's fine. It's just, I think that one will just boil down to how much the developer, like she mentioned, it's not going to be the cheapest as well. So how much they're going to launch it at, then it will determine whether this is a good buy or not. Yeah, but it's just that I think from whatever that we have now, I think Lentor is probably something that I would put my money in as
Something
well.
more certain because you have the plans.
A bit more predictable lah in terms of your exit plan also. Springleaf, I think if I just want to retire there, okay, I think it's fine.
Yeah, you face the green.
Yeah. Then behind is all landed, so the density level is also very low, so you don't have like a lot of people going in and out of the place. So I think it's nice. Yeah, but if you're like a young family, this is your like a stepping stone, you're gonna buy something bigger in the future, then yeah, I will put my money where the government is putting their money, which is in Lentor or Jurong.
We should also did another episode. Look at the video. Okay, so I feel Thomson View location. I think Thomson View it will perform very well. But of course, the time for us to buy to purchase will be very long. And I think we spoke about this multiple times on different episodes. When it's going to be 1 year later, the opportunity cost is too much to bear. I would rather you just enter now, and then once your SSD is over, then you purchase something else. I feel Thomson View will do well. Opposite Thomson Plaza, minutes walk to the Springleaf, Upper Thomson MRT station. Then also it is in very close proximity to Jitscape. So Jitscape will keep coming when you compare about the districts lah. I mean the area, the performance of the area. But I think that aside, if you can enter Lentor Central, please go and take a look. I think architectural wise, it's very, very nice. My number one for Lentor projects in terms of landscaping, architecture wise, it's also on a slope. So you're not like feng shui. So it's like a
yes. So if you are
it's like a slope lah, basically.
Yeah. So if you all really are into feng shui and you want to know more, you should
hit me up.
Yeah. Wait, before that, I just want to ask y'all one question. Okay. So this plot once again don't have Sandix.
Oops.
Okay, don't have Sandix. But so I believe that there will still be people who will have this as an objection.
Correct.
Okay, but do y'all think right that this can y'all use a case study of Clavon, that kind of thing as a comparison to how you feel, let's say Lentor Hills versus here? Do you think that it is a good case study, is a strong enough case study to show that you don't really need the best school in that district to do well?
I got multiple. It's in my fingertips. Okay, we talk about projects that don't have
Good school.
Okay, Cherish the Tampines, Clavon Canopy, Affinity, Riverfront, and then if you're talking about all the way towards the central, so I think mainly these few projects. I would personally think that if you can enter into a benchmark of the entire project, if today Lentor Central sells very high, even higher than the other projects that has the school radius, then investor mindset wise, then maybe shouldn't. But if their price is very attractive for you to enter as a benchmark, my go-to philosophy is always enter at the benchmark of the district and then go with it. I would never enter at the highest of the district. That's for me. Maybe we won't touch so much on floor plans, but just one floor plan I want to show a bit of exposure on. It's the 4-bedroom, the biggest 4-bedroom floor plan, 1399. Okay, this floor plan, right? For people who complain that you need or you don't have storage space, right? Okay, this floor plan, I have one home shelter.
Wait, which one? Sorry?
1399, all the way to the last page. This floor plan, I got one home shelter. The kitchen inside, I got one store. And then the yard area, I got one more store. So essentially, I got 3 storage rooms. First in the new launch market, I believe. But need so much stores, no?
Need.
When you need 4 bedrooms, right, means there's really a lot of people that's living inside.
And there's a lot of junk.
So one for a helper.
Okay.
Then one store maybe for your
broom.
your I mean, I can put in a DB box lah. Oh yeah, we haven't included the DB box. And then the kitchen store, maybe I can put like canned food and all that lah. During COVID, then the toilet paper we can put there lah. Then of course they got one more home shelter on the left. I thought if you really love storage, this is a very interesting layout.
You love storage and you like everything out of sight.
Yeah.
I would love this.
1399. Actually, for this one, 4-bedroom, quite impressive. So many stores, yeah. But other than that, I would say another side note is that the common rooms for Lentor Central is bigger than other projects I've seen. 8.8 is the normal for Ori. 8.8 is the normal for even like Alta, even for Parktown. But whereas for Lentor Central, my common rooms are at 9. So it is 0.2 square meters bigger than other post-launch, new launch in the new launch scene lah. So common room is something to look out for.
8.8 and 9 square meter post-harmonized.
Post-harmonized, correct.
Post-harmonized. Yeah, so it's gonna be quite a fair bit bigger actually.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing that I love the most about this layout was the bathroom. It's attached bathroom for all bedrooms. Meaning to say that I do not need to, walk out of my bedroom to get access to my bathroom, which I thought was quite important to a lot of clients, especially families.
But I felt how Guaco position Lentor Central is just homestay. They're not like investor. It's just purely for people who enjoys bigger space, facilities. That's why they prioritize a lot more on the landscaping, on the facilities, all that. My personal take.
Yeah.
And own stay people are the ones who are willing to pay a high price for record-breaking entry into projects.
That is true. I think Amanda earlier, she pointed out that even their smaller room size all have the enclosed kitchen. I think that's very important.
Everything except one
one.
bedroom, which is quite amazing.
Enclosed kitchen, that's like a... Now the developers are doing very well. I think Guaco, every project by project, they just keep doing better and better. Okay? Other than that, ladies, let's guess the percentage for Lentor Central. 3, 2, 1...
40%.
Oh my god.
Oh!
How you say?
I say 30.
Okay, me and Amanda say 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to me it's just another... To the consumer is like, another Lentor. Until you see it, I think it's really very nice. But I think for the mass market, they will just feel that, it's another Lentor project.
Yeah.
That's why 40.
And I also feel that there's a big group that will be thinking between Parktown and Lentor, because these two area, in terms of price wise, are quite similar as well. Yeah.
But I would...
You would.
I'll go Lentor.
Okay. Parktown or Lentor?
Lentor.
Lentor. Yeah, same.
Tampines very far.
It's not, I think it's about the demographics of Tampines.
Oh, why you don't like? Why you don't
I
like?
think Lentor got more landed. Tampines not much landed.
Parktown or Alta? 3, 2, 1, Alta.
Yeah, those of you, because we really study lah. Okay, but anyway, those of you who need any questions, just link us up. But why 30, Sha?
30 because I'm just looking at the statistics of how Haylock Green has performed, which is also one of the projects that didn't have that 1 kilometer back then. So they did about 20-ish,
Correct.
right? So now I think that more and more people are starting to accept that you don't need a good school to... Okay, not say you don't need a good school, because Anderson is fine, but you don't need like an elite school, for a project to perform. So I think that there's higher acceptance now. And then with what is available in the market, I feel that Lentor is actually is the most central, that is within a very, very affordable range. So that's why I think more people will be able to accept. But at the same time, I also know that this group of people are mostly going to be homestayers, own stay. So it's going to be families. So usually families, most of them, they are unable to wait so long. So usually I feel like this kind of projects generally perform much later when it's slightly closer to the TOP date. Then units will start to fly off the shelf. It's not that the project is lousy or anything, but it's just that the demographic of the buyers generally don't have that much of a flexibility of time to wait so long for a project to be ready. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that comes to the end of our segment. If you have any questions, inquiries, please reach out to our handles. Our social media page and our WhatsApp numbers are in the description as well. Until then, we will see you guys very soon. Thank you all.